What's up, Diglets? So, last week on Tuesday night, I was watching Summer League Warriors vs. Celtics, and as a Warriors bandwagoner, I thought, why not watch a lower level of NBA basketball because it's better than watching even a second of the WNBA? I was actually more interested in watching our young core Wiseman, Moses Moody, and the Cum Bucket. I was hoping to watch them punch the Celtics in the mouth and jockey them back to Boston, going free agent Miles Bridges on them, but unfortunately, that didn't happen as the Celtics rained threes wetter than I've ever seen them. I guess game on wins for now. But even with the Dubs losing and a mediocre performance from both teams, what I wasn't expecting was to see Justin Jackson absolutely destroy Golden State's young core, scoring a team-high 24 points on 9 of 14 shooting in a 103-92 win over the Warriors. For the casuals, myself included, he probably looks familiar, and you're right. You probably know him from the 2017-19 Dumpster Fire Kings, or the 2019-20 Daddy Luka Mavs, or even his days as a college star. But this got me thinking, wasn't this guy destined to be a star in the NBA? After doing a little research, I wanted to make a video of how this promising young star went from the 2017 15th overall pick to a struggling 10-day contract player, while also addressing his background and whether or not there's still hope for an NBA comeback. So I'm gonna get into it because I need to go to the bathroom soon. In high school, Justin Jackson was a 6'8", 185-pound class of 2014 small forward who shocked the nation when he led his high school team to a national championship in the 2012 season, resulting in him winning the Sullivan Award. As you can see, physically, he was a long, fluid athlete, dubbed a solid ball handler under pressure, and had a nice mid-range pull-up and floater. He continued to show his greatness as a senior, averaging 31.5 points and 9.1 rebounds in his senior year of high school, which is ball-sack bananas. And as a result of these numbers, he became known as one of the most talented high school recruits in the nation, being rated as a 5-star recruit by ESPN, Rivals, and 24/7 Sports. In addition, he was ranked the number 2 recruit in Texas and the number 4 small forward in the nation, putting him 8th in ESPN's 2014 high school class. But I guess that doesn't mean much, considering Jahlil Okafor, Miles Turner, Tyus Jones, and Emmanuel Mudiay were all ranked above him, while Pussy Cat was ranked a spot behind him. He was also a 2014 McDonald's All-American, where he scored a team-high 23 points off 11 of 12 shooting, making him co-MVP with Jahlil Okafor. With all this holy grace going on for him, he was given offers by numerous Division I basketball programs and eventually committed and signed with UNC. In his freshman season, Jackson was selected to the ACC All-Freshman team and actually helped his team reach the championship of the 2015 ACC tournament, averaging 11 points per game on 48% shooting from the field. In his sophomore season, he helped his team win the 2016 ACC tournament and reach the 2016 national championship, averaging 13 points per game on 47% shooting from the field, as well as averaging 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And in his junior season, he scored 16 points and picked up 4 rebounds and the Tar Heels' 6th championship title in the 2017 NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament. And it was within the season where he took a massive leap, averaging an efficient 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. All of this led to him winning ACC Player of the Year, being selected as first-team All-ACC, and being named a consensus first-team All-American in 2017. As reported by NBADraft.net, he was regarded as a solid and fluid athlete with an all-around skill set. He displayed his versatile scoring ability as a 6'8", 201-pound small forward with a 6'11" wingspan, giving him great length and enabling him to play out on the wing as a stretch 4. Thanks to his improved mechanics, he became a more efficient shooter from various spots on the floor, where he could easily knock down mid-range jumpers consistently and can shoot coming off pin-down screens, as well as creating scoring opportunities by way of off-ball movements. As a result of all this ass-licking, it's clear, Justin Jackson showed he was the real deal, and on April 13th, 2017, he declared for the 2017 NBA Draft. The 2017 NBA Draft, the UNC star was selected 15th overall by the Trailblazers, eventually being traded to the awful Sacramento Kings, playing alongside University of Kentucky freshman swipe-a-no-swiping De'Aaron Fox, who was drafted 5th overall in the same draft, as well as a nearly retired Kenneth Lofton Zach Randolph. However, because of how inefficient he was, scoring only 7 points per game, he was eventually traded to Dallas in exchange for Harrison Barnes. Again, he struggled with the Mavs during the 2019-20 season, averaging a poor 5 points per game on 40% shooting from the field, And on November 2020, he was traded once again to a Kevin Durant-less OKC, but was waived after 33 appearances. On April 2021, Jackson signed a two-way contract with the Milwaukee Bucks and actually went on to win an NBA championship, playing 5 games and averaging a whopping 1.2 points per game throughout the 2021 NBA playoffs, becoming a James Jones-type player. The Bucks decided not to run it back and declined to extend a $1.8 million qualifying offer to Jackson, making him an unrestricted free agent. As a free agent, he returned to the Mavs on October 2021, but was waived a day later where he would eventually sign with the Texas Legends. On December of 2021, he got the opportunity to sign a 10-day contract with the Celtics. However, when his contract expired, he was reacquired by the Texas Legends. On January of 2022, he ended up signing another 10-day COVID-19 hardship contract with the Suns, but was then again reacquired by the Texas Legends after his 10-day contract expired. He also signed another 10-day contract with the Suns under an injury exemption, was later released on February 10th of 2022, and again reacquired by the Texas Legends, which is where he is presently. So, as I stated earlier, Jackson has joined the Boston Celtics summer squad, and he didn't look bad and actually made Golden State get on their hands and knees, but there are reasons as to why he's been bouncing in and out of the league, and I think it's pretty murky. So here are some of my insights. Coming out of college, the idea that he could develop into a well-rounded player made him supposedly one of the safest picks in the draft. However, as we know, none of those skills really developed, so he's sort of this jack of all trades where he can do everything, but he's just not particularly well at anything that can translate onto the big stage. Sure, you can argue, well, in his first month or two with the Kings and Mavs, he looked pretty good, his shots were falling, and his floater game was efficient. Pause. His inconsistency and bad shooting percentages have ultimately gotten him to where he is today. He's expected to be a 3-and-D player, but again, he lacks in both as he's not a good shooter and is a somewhat okay defender, making him an average human being. Size and strength-wise, it seems he's undersized even though he's 6'8". There just seems to be a lack of urgency in his play style and just his overall softness to him as a person, which you could argue translates into his playing and greatly affects his defense. Although he's been looking good in Summer League at only 27 years of age, playing in the league still looks somewhat ambiguous. His shots are falling in Summer League, and his shooting form looks solid, so hopefully he'll get the chance to play on a team again, even if it's another 10-day contract. Let me know what your thoughts are about Justin Jackson's return, and if you want me to cover other players. See you next.